She's nice enough to be working around my husband's phone calls. So this is actually the first poem from my second book. It's not on the back table, it's on ebook on Amazon. And Carolyn was showing the documentary earlier, and I kind of had to run and grab her, and I was like, oh my God, this poem's perfect because it literally has the same statistics in it. So I'm just going to read this to you. It's called 1 in 4. 2,220,300. That is the amount of citizens of the United States numbered as being incarcerated. Now that study is dated from the year 2013, so the numbers are yet unseen for an accurate count of the amount of human beings trapped inside cages in the various stages of their lives. But the wives, the families, the forgotten and stigmatized tragedies, the unheard cries and rushing crowds, the suffocating silence that screams so loud that it is impossible to really be heard, the loved ones buried under an onslaught of words, 1 in 4. That number is women crying behind closed doors. That's wives wondering how much more they can take. That is the heartbreak of mothers. That is sisters being kept away from their brothers. In other words, it is the daily smothering of unheard screams into pillows because our loved ones are being stored into silos to fill the ever-empty belly of our correctional system. Lady Justice is now guided by greed and not wisdom. The numbers now counted are the coins to be collected from the families that society has all but rejected because of guilt by association. Because our once great nation houses 25% of the incarcerated population of the global community. The only true unity is to find someone to blame. So for every 4 women, there is one who knows not just his number, but also his name. That's 157 million divided by 4, just to give you a more sure number. That's a little over 39 million mothers, sisters, daughters, nieces, wives. That's over 39 million lives torn in two by a fair and speedy trial. That's 250 long miles driven one way just to see him, but that can't even make you begin to comprehend the great devastation of the loss of the women and men who may or may never again walk through the door. And who am I to say all this? I am 1 in 4. But let me add another fact to make you understand why I act so passionately, so unseemingly rationally about numbers. See, I am not just the wife. I am also the mother. So let me give you another number. 7%, equaling 5 million. That is the number of American children, the sons and daughters who are forced to grow up without a father or a mother in their lives. The ones being raised by the mothers or the sisters or the wives of their parents in the cell. That is children being raised in the hell of stereotypes and name calling. That is my 6-year-old daughter bawling as I rock her to sleep at night. That is 7% of children losing the light in their eyes because their lives are uprooted and overturned. But those 5 million are more than the spurned. They are the future of our nation. And they are the relation of so many brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. That 7%, that 5 million, they are more than just numbers. They are precious little children, and we are a family. We are not the enemy of the innocent. Many of us are just in that same place while we spend our lives alone, staring at the walls and pacing the floor, and while I wait for him to come home, I am 1 in 4. I am calls cut off with incomplete sentences. I am the warrior who stands in strong defense of his character, his name, his reputation. I am more than a statistic in this broken nation. I am a voice crying out in the wilderness, and I am calling all who hear my cry to be witness to the shattering of the stigma, the breaking of the chains, until we are no longer the numbered, until we are called by our names of mother, daughter, husband, father, sister, brother, and no other forced label. Until our tables are no longer housing an empty chair. I will shout into the silence that we are there, that we are your teachers, your nannies, your friends. The numbers are too high, and we must bring an end to this mass incarceration, this unhealthy relation of humans to prison, there and back again, to no longer be numbers but counted as human. I am freeing myself from your captivity. I am breaking down the door. And who am I to speak, you ask of me? I am 1 in 4. Thank you.